Life used to be quiet, now it's loud. I used to have peace, now it's wild. I don't hate being a dad, I'm just not always proud. I don't know, I guess I thought I'd have millions by now. At least a dog in the house, or at least a new truck to drive my children around. I mean, yeah, I put food in their mouths, but how can I get them in the best school in this town? How can I make more money, be more successful, build a life that others are impressed with? I want a Porsche for the weekends and a fat Cuban necklace. I want to roll up in a range, little TVs on the headrest so my children can watch Netflix as we cruise up to the redwoods. I want to... God forgive me. I know I've wanted other things, but all my children want is me. Forgive me for my selfishness. Forgive me for my greed. And you know what? Thank you, God, for all you've helped me accomplish. Thank you for my family. I've got all I've ever wanted.
This is perhaps one of the most powerful videos out there. It's really touching, and it's one of those videos that you watch and it really puts things into perspective. Men have always been conditioned to be the provider. We are the ones who should make sure the family is stabilized, make sure the kids are provided for, make sure the bills are paid. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The trouble is that a lot of men put so much weight on being the provider that it becomes all encompassing. It becomes all consuming for them. And nothing else becomes valuable, nothing else becomes important, because they have to maintain that stability. They have to maintain the family. And it becomes so damaging for them that over time they become a shell of themselves. They lose everything without even realizing that they're losing it. They think they're gaining, but they're losing. And it is so debilitating, deteriorating, that it just eats away at you every single day. There are so many men worrying about whether they can pay the bills, worrying about whether they will keep this job, if they will lose the job, or if they do lose it, what will happen. And this has a negative effect on their mental health over time, to the extent that some men end up just ending it all. There's a lot to pick from this video, because here's the thing with being the provider. There is the quiet loss of one's identity. You become so consumed with work that nothing else matters, and eventually your hobbies take a back seat, your friends take a back seat, eventually your very family takes a back seat, to the point because you're just simply working and you're simply going for that paycheck. You're going for you're in survivor mode, and you're trying your best to make sure that you don't lose out on the next big thing, or you're chasing the next big thing, you're chasing the next big account, and you're making sure that you have this job and you secure this job and you work hard. And your creativity gets lost in that. Your dreams, your aspirations get lost in all of that, and everything becomes like a whirlwind, and you're just simply in this cycle. You're being spun around. You're out of control, because all you're concerned with, all you're consumed with, is just making sure that you work hard, and you earn, and you provide, because everyone is looking to you and everyone is depending on you to be that provider. And that's just dangerous for many men, damaging for many men. I think we have to get to a point where we allow ourselves to be grateful for what we have, and we have to be able to allow our obligations and what we have in life to live side by side. We have to allow the small things, the things that we have achieved, to drive us and to allow us to just be grateful. Because here's the ironic thing: if you're emotionally exhausted, if you are mentally drained, if you are extremely tired, physically drained, you can't be there for your children. You can't be there for your family. So, are you really being a provider when you just can't be there for them physically, mentally, emotionally? You can't be there for them. Yes, you provide the money, but that's never going to be enough, because children don't remember the money you provide for them. They remember the time you were there for them, the time you played, the laughter you shared. These are the things that they remember, and these are the things they appreciate. So we just have to ensure that we don't become so emotionally exhausted that we can't be there for our family, for our friends, and most importantly, for ourselves. The sad stats on this is that you have roughly 75% of men whose death is linked to extreme exhaustion, overwork. These men are just dying because they are working so hard. And then you have an increased mortality risk, because if you're working 55 hours or more, your risk of heart disease goes up by 17%. How many men do you know are working over 55 hours per week? I know quite a lot. And the thing is, a lot of us are working and not really taking care of ourselves, because so many of us are dying from stroke. That goes up to roughly 35% more if you're working over 40 hours per week, over 55 hours per week. It's a whole thing, and we have to take care of ourselves. Even though we're trying to get this money, we're trying to work as hard as we can, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to get to a point where we start redefining what it means to be a provider. Because if being a provider means that you're simply putting money on the table and that's all you're coming with, we're not going to live long enough to enjoy it. And we're not going to live long enough to really appreciate the hard work that we have done. Because too many of us are dying because of this. We are working so hard, we are so overworked, to the point where men are just dropping dead on the work site. So we have to start realizing that being a provider is not just supplying money, but it is also being there for your family emotionally, being there for your family mentally, being there for them spiritually. It has to be a redefining, and it has to come from us. It has to come from the individual. We can't wait on anybody else to define for us what it means to be a provider. We need to be that one to give that definition. We have also got to start prioritizing self-care. We have got to get to a point where we say, you know what, I need some time for myself. I need to be taking my medication. Take your vitamins, take your iron tablets, do what you need to do. Take care of yourself, because nobody can do it for you. And if we start doing these things, at the very least, we may give ourselves a little bit more time on this earth. One of the biggest things we can do, though, is be grateful for the things that we have done. Be grateful for the people around us. Be grateful for the work we're putting in, and be grateful for who we are as a person. It's in Jordan Peterson's 12 Rules for Life, where he says, Rule 12, he says, pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. And what that simply means is, stop. You're doing everything, but stop for a while and just appreciate what you've done so far. Appreciate the small things. Smell the roses. Stop for a while, because too many men are dying from overwork. Too many men are giving their all to take care of their family and provide for their family. And that all includes even the very life that they have. We should be providers, but we shouldn't be dead providers.